West Side, worldwide. They say you can't get the West without the East. Today, I want to do a story on a childhood favorite of mine. This is called Sammy Green, the hamburger pusher. He had a lot of names to the one hamburger stand: Juicy's, Burger Bank, Sammy Green, hamburger pusher. And I wanted to give a shout out to Sammy Green. He had the best burgers in Los Angeles. It was right there on 55th and Compton Avenue, right by the park on 53rd. And I just wanted to talk about Sammy Green. I heard that he was in the feds, but this guy, you couldn't stop him. When you stop him one way, he would figure out another way to be successful. But to make a long story short, I want to give a shout out to all of the burger stands that I grew up eating. I give one to the Car Wash. I give one to Okie Dogs. I give one to the one right there on Central, Funky Mamas. I give one to, I think Whitey got one now. But I just wanted to give a shout out to the best burgers in Los Angeles. Which ones? Sammy Green had one called the Thing Burger, the Pussy Burger. And this guy was before his time. I remember when I was young and I used to go up to the park and my brothers and them played baseball up there at 53rd. And I used to go up there and this was a lot of the Peblos was be up there and the Villains was right down the street. But this guy deserves his kudos. This guy that sold almost more burgers than McDonald's, and he should be into the Burger Hall of Fame. And I just wanted to let everybody know that it's always been a culture of LA with hamburgers. I think they have another hamburger stand over there close to the park over there by 88th Street Park. I think one of the homies got a hamburger stand over there. But shout out to all the burger palaces and the burger places. But to make a long story short, today we talking about Sammy Green on 5050 Compton Avenue. Man, I remember when my brothers and them used to go up there to play at the park. One of the best teams was the Soul Syndicates. My brother's name was called the Tribe, which later on became Sonic. We used to be up at the park. That's when I met all the guys from over there. They went to Jeff, John Carter's, and all these guys, Michael Broadeneggs, Sierra, all of these guys, Love, Tweet, all the guys, man, that's from over that park and always been in the projects, Lil Ronnie, all the guys, man, the guys that even played pro football out of there, Michael Gibson, Mike, and all those guys. But anyway, talk about Sammy Green. I know that Sammy Green had the hamburger stand, Sammy Green, the hamburger pusher, and he had the most best chili Fritos you ever want to eat. Not only did he had the best chili Fritos, he had the best hamburgers. He had pies. He didn't sell French fries. He sold chips. And I knew that this guy would be one of the major. A lot of guys thought this guy was selling drugs, but this guy wasn't selling drugs. This guy was selling hamburgers. Now, in order for you to go over here to get one of these hamburgers, you had to go over here, but it was real dangerous. And just to get Sammy Green hamburgers, man, I remember when Sammy Green used to be right there, and next door to the hamburger stand was this place used to have pictures of the SCLA shootout. This is a famous area on South Central. When Patty Hearst was kidnapped, I think the final stage was right there on 54th or 55th or SCLA shootout. This is a famous, I think this was a part of the Black Gorilla family, the part of the history of Los Angeles, of the Patty Hearst and the SCLA shootout. But talk about these hamburgers, man. I mean, every time I used to go up there, I couldn't eat a Thing Burger or a Pussy Burger, but I was always getting me a double cheeseburger with mayonnaise on both sides. I remember back in the days when a lot of the girls that I went to school with from Edison, they worked in there. But let's talk about these hamburgers, man. Sammy Green was before his time. He was one of the flyest guys I ever seen. He had a Seville. He had a Harley Davidson chopper, and he had a vet. And later on, I actually got me a vet like his vet. But I heard that Sammy Green had went to jail, and I heard that he had sold a hamburger stand. But this guy, man, you couldn't stop him. One time, Sammy Green had the hamburger stand going for years, man. I mean, for years. And then after he sold the hamburger stand, I think Sammy Green went into the carpet cleaning business. And I heard he had like 34 trucks. But just to let people know that this guy was before his time, and in business, money, and entrepreneurship was in this guy's system. Not only that he made a lot of money, I heard his sons even made a lot of money, and I heard they had became rappers. But I heard Sammy Green was into federal prison after, I guess, he must have sold a carpet cleaning business. I heard he was in federal prison, and everywhere you go, every time I would meet somebody from Pueblos or the Villains, I would always talk about the hamburger stand, and they all agreed that Sammy Green did have the best burgers, but you would get shot going over there, and but it was worth it, I guess. When we used to go over there, and then I met Jeff Rowe and all the guys into the feds, and we was talking about how could we duplicate this business. How could we duplicate the best burgers in Los Angeles? I think that I have some inside information to produce those same burgers. I'm into the burrito business right now. I think that I'm going up against a boy out of the Bay Area. He got the burritos, 40 water. And I think I want to have a burrito contest to get him. I think the Trio Burgers is going big right now. But to talk about Sammy Green, man, I heard Sammy Green had got a lot of time in the feds. I heard he had got out. But I heard that I used to tell people about Sammy Green, but they wouldn't believe me that how good these burgers was. And then one of my partners named Black, I told Black about these burgers so much that when Black went to TI, Black said that I remember telling him the story. He said, hey, Fish, one day, man, I was next door to Sammy Green, and I was trying to get him to remember you, and I was trying to get him to remember you, who you was, and how you used to eat the burgers. But I know Sammy Green, he couldn't remember all of those guys. He had got older, and he couldn't remember all of us that grew up on his hamburgers. And I think I ran into another guy said he used to, Sammy Green used to shop at the Slauson Farms to get the meat for the burgers. But I just wanted to talk about the burgers because I wish that we could duplicate these burgers, and I wish that we had the foresight of this guy's entrepreneurship. And it's a lot of guys that came up in our era that was real entrepreneurs. You had Funky Mamas on Central, which was a pink building. They had the burgers with the buns was toasted. They used to put a hot relish and pickle relish on the burgers, and the burgers were small, but they was good. We also had a burger stand in our neighborhood called Brewler's. That was real good burgers, but it's just a lot of burger. I really like the Black burger stands because they really put love into those burgers. And in the 70s, we had so many businesses around LA that catered to Blacks. And I don't know what happened after the commercial weed, after the bowl came out, and after the cocaine came out. We lost a lot of those businesses, because I remember when Funky Mamas had actually sold the burger business, and when you went up there thinking you were going to get one of them burgers, it was Latinos was in there fixing the burgers, and the burgers was never the same. And a lot of these burgers joints that's open now, because they got Burrito Mamas right there on Hooper in Vernon, but they had some good burritos, but could nobody stand up to this guy's burgers. I think Whitey got a burger stand down there on Central somewhere in the 20s, 25th. I heard he have a nice, good burgers. He got the lemon chicken. I asked you to go down there to patronize Whitey's Burgers. I heard he have burgers that's named after a few of the high rollers. But to give this guy, Sammy Green, I would never forget this guy. I will tell my grandkids about this guy. And this guy, Sammy Green, man, he had to be before his time. And I heard that he's out now. And I hope this video reaches his family. And I hope that your family can come up with the hamburger stand again, wherever you have to do this, man. You have to do these burgers. You have to reproduce your brother's legacy. And if I get enough money to ever get involved with the burger business, I'm coming your way. Sammy Green, 55th, Compton Avenue. The best burgers in the world.